If the house is built as per Vastu, what are the benefits of it? Is there any benefits if I follow Vastu for my house? These are some questions that a lot of you all keep asking me. Let's try to understand it in this video. So in this video, you're going to understand what will actually be the benefits that you can expect to design as per Vastu, to build a house as per Vastu, and what could be the repercussions of not following it. So let's start with the video. Let me ask you a question first. Let's say if this is our earth, and as you know, our axis is slightly tilted like this. If I go to the North Pole, what will I see over here? Can you guess what will I see if I go to the North Pole? The North Pole is only water. The top layer up to 3 to 4 meters is ice, and below it, it's just water. Whereas, what will you see if you go to the South Pole? Any guesses? If you go to the South Pole, you would only see mass and mass of ice, glaciers that have not melted in thousands and thousands of years. From where the logic comes in that first, around the northeast, for any site, for any plot that you're doing, it should have a water body, if possible. If not possible, at least have it lower than the rest of the area. Point number 2, the southwest side, it should be heavier. It should be more massy, it should be more bulky as compared to northeast. When we talk about the principles like light and heavy, we're always talking in perspective. We're always talking that as compared to the northeast on the plot, the southwest should be heavier. It is always in perspective. For example, if let's say you have a plot like this, and let's say in this plot, you're planning to leave some space at the back and some space at the front. Let's say this is the north direction and this is the south direction, and you're supposed to leave offsets from both the sides. What you'll do is, if you're leaving an offset of 6 meters in the front from the north, you will leave an offset of, let's say, 3 meters at the back. So it doesn't mean that you have to completely build it up. Proportionately, your south over here is still heavier as compared to your north. This is what it means. Okay, now let's try to understand when you follow these principles, what happens, and if you don't follow this, what will happen. Let me show you an example where these principles have been applied historically and what kind of results they have observed in all these years. This you can see is Padmanabhaswamy temple, which is based in Kerala. This is the entry point of entry access for this temple. This is the plot area, and as you can see, towards the northeast side of the plot, there is a huge water body. If you know about the history of Padmanabhaswamy temple, it is one of the richest temples in the world even today. And the principle used here, one of the key principles used here, is that they have a huge water body in the northeast, which helps them remain one of the richest temple even today. This is just first example. Let's talk about another example now. Well, now, have you all heard about Tirupati Balaji temple? That again is one of the richest temple in the world, and it continues to be even today. This is the plot of the Tirupati Balaji temple. And as you can notice over here again, there is a huge water body towards the northeast direction of this particular plot. This is your north, this is your south, this is your west, this is your east. There's a water body towards the northeast again. And again, just like Padmanabhaswamy temple, this is still one of the richest temples even today. Now, let's talk about another example of one of the most popular buildings in India, the Taj Mahal. Let's see what they have in store. If you look at the plan of Taj Mahal, this is the outline of the plot. This is the main entry point. There's a passage that takes you directly to the Taj Mahal building. The building is constructed over here, and all of this is garden space. So your north, south, and west and east lies like this, and there's a water body towards the north. Now, if you notice from the principles that we learned in the beginning of the video, that your southwest should be heavier. Over here, what is happening is, it's an open area. So compared to the north, it is much lighter. What happens is, if your southwest is vacant, the owner of the building, the owner of this particular place never benefited out of it. Shahjahan built this structure. He never gained any benefits out of it. Even his children couldn't get any benefit out of this building. A heavy building towards the north means that money comes in, but it doesn't stay. It keeps flowing out, which is what happened over here also. They put in a lot of money into this building, but the owner himself, he never benefited from it. Now, you might say that there is still a water body towards the north, which is actually good as per Vastu. And that is the exact reason why this building continues to be a very strong source of income for the entire city, and because of which the entire city is progressing. However, since the southwest was vacant, the owner of this place, he couldn't benefit from it. However, the city is benefiting from it. So this is just a historical example that explains, if you construct the other way around without following Vastu principles, what kind of repercussions can it have? Hi, I'm architect Savii E Barroliya, an architect turned Vastu expert, helping people with my Vastu guidance over the last 2.5 years. I've helped over 1,800 clients in the last 2.5 years with my Vastu guidance globally. In case you're looking for help with Vastu, you can check the details in the description below to get in touch with our team.